While technologies and tectonic shifts keep radically transforming the way the world operates and the global system in general, what does this mean for the role of economics and of economies in foreign affairs? Let's look at it from three perspectives. The first one is by looking at traditional nation-state-based economies. The most likely scenario is that by the middle of the 20th century, and this is my personal analysis and perspective, so by the middle of the 20th century, we will see approximately a rule of 1.5 emerging. The economy of China will be about 1.5 times the size of the economy of the US, and the economy of the traditional Western world dominated by the United States, Europe, and Japan will be approximately 1.5 times the size of the economy of China. The Western world will be much richer than China, and particularly the United States will be significantly more rich than China, based on a per capita measurement. So Americans will be more wealthy than Chinese, but the economy of China will be bigger. Right behind these powers, we will see a rapid emergence of India as another economic power. And India will be closing in due to its population size, but also because of its focus on technology and high growth rates that are managed overall in a fairly effective manner. But this is just traditional economics. We will also see a shift in the way that the economic value is created and what it is composed of. The shift will primarily be one to digital value creation. This should not be surprising. The digital is much easier to scale out. It's based on mathematics, mostly on logic. It has been easier to scale out in the past, and it will be even more so in the future, because the underlying digitizing technologies are exponentially growing. I mean, 1,000x over a decade for our ability to collect data, to communicate and exchange data, and to process data. Artificial intelligence growing by a factor of 1 billion over a decade. All of this will have a dramatic effect. And we see that already today when we look at, for example, a car. If you add up all the material costs and the cost of physical labor associated with constructing a car, including the factories and the tools and the robots and the semi-finished materials, this is the minority. Most of the value of a car resides already today in digital contributions. And when you look at aspects like the education or entertainment or the control layers of the IoT, for even aspects like energy generation, energy distribution, agriculture, and fabrication in general, then we can see that it is just illogical to assume anything else than a radical expansion of the digital aspects of the economy. And since this is so dynamic and scalable, we can see very significant shifts between economies, however we define economies. And this leads to the third perspective, which is the role of digital networks, because the most effective way of organizing labor and production and supply chains and construction and any kind of community is through self-organizing, self-optimizing networks. This leverages to the extreme the capabilities of this shared infrastructure layer that is decentralized in its own right, that is being created through the Web3. The shared, decentralized, distributed cryptocurrencies or digital currencies, and the abilities to communicate from any point on the earth to any other point at a tremendous speed. It does not matter anymore whether you are located in Buenos Aires or in Mumbai. You can contribute to the global economy as if you would be sitting right next door, and that for almost all aspects of economic activity. If you want to find out more about this, please check out foreignaffairsforum.org, and particularly the course Tectonic Essentials for Foreign Affairs, in which I dive into more details about some of these aspects. Thank you.